Yes. Oh yeah, man. Hey, we've got a lot. We got a lot to get into today. Woo! Woo! I love it when there's actual news, like fresh cut grass, that we can smell. I don't know. Anyway, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream, welcome to the show. What's up everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Wednesday stream and the Wednesday show, and I personally think it's going to be a pretty good stream, pretty wild one. There's some crazy news out there. There's like a lot of news dropping, which is kind of wild considering like the strikes and everything that's going on. But yeah, make no mistake about it, there's some crazy stuff going on. So I want to talk about that with all of you. I want to get your thoughts on all of these situations as well. So should be a good stream. Plenty to go over, plenty to speculate, plenty of good times to be had. And we'll see where we go from there. Now, as far as show notes are concerned, the only thing I really want to bring up is this Friday, we are doing another Diamond Lounge stream. So if you are a member, and if you've been a member for more than 6 months, hit somebody up in the Discord. They can get you into the Diamond Lounge. We'll probably go live at around 7 p.m. We'll have a couple drinks, a couple smokes, and just kick it. Talk about some super secret private Diamond Lounge type stuff. So that should be cool. And other than that, I don't... the other thing I wanted to say was I think I'm going to drop the second Warhammer video today for the Warhammer Explained channel. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. Got over 1,000 subscribers. I haven't checked the view count on the video, but last I checked, it was doing good for a first video for sure. So dropping the second video today and working on more videos in the future. So make sure you go check that channel out. The vibes, man, and like just the positivity and like the comments and everything on the Warhammer channel is pretty wild. And so I really like it. I really dig it, and it's cool to like start a new channel and to start like kind of a new adventure. Pretty sweet stuff. I'm excited about it. So go check the channel out if you have not. And like I said, another video dropping later today. Okay. Where should we start? Where should we start in this crazy world? Maybe we start with the Gal Gadot news. Or Gal Gadot, or Gal or Lizzo. It's up to you guys. Look, Lizzo, you know, very important to the channel, very important to nerds everywhere, and Star Wars fans, and obviously one of the best cameos we've ever seen in Star Wars. Absolutely incredible episode. It meant something to me. And you know, look, I didn't want to talk about this rumor. You know, sometimes guys, like, you gotta understand this. Sometimes like I hear things and I'm not supposed to talk about them, or like, you know, the person that told me is like, don't mention this until it breaks somewhere else, or et cetera, et cetera. So like, I wasn't gonna say anything, but like, we were really close to Lizzo as Reed Richards, which is a whole nother thing. And we're going to talk about the Fantastic Four and how all of that is going. And alas, it does not look like we're going to get Lizzo fucking anything, to be honest with you. Wild shit coming out about Lizzo. Pretty crazy. So we don't have to linger on it. You know what I mean? We don't have to. That can't be true. What are you talking about? The Reed Richards thing? Absolutely, it's true. She's in the Disney family. You know, she just won an award for Star Wars, blew everybody away with what she did in Star Wars. And they have a lot of problems with the Fantastic Four. So, look, you guys were memeing it. You were memeing it into existence. You were memeing it into existence, and we almost had it. But alas, we don't get it. Okay, now let's go over this crazy gal freaking Wonder Woman news. I mean, perhaps it's worth TLDRing and talking about where this whole situation was left off when last we met our heroes. But the last time that this happened was like, or the last time something happened with regards to this, everybody was essentially saying it was pretty much over. And I believe even Gal Gadot was like making statements about how her time, you know, playing Wonder Woman was great, etc., and all this different stuff, right? Like, wild, okay? And then this comes out. Gal says Wonder Woman 3 is happening at DC Studios. Wonder Woman 3 isn't dead yet, with actor Gal Gadot confirming that the superhero threequel is still in development at DC Studios. DC Extended Universe actor Gal Gadot seemingly confirmed that a third Wonder Woman film is in development at DC Studios. Speaking to comicbook.com to promote her new Netflix movie, Heart of Stone, Gadot mentioned how DC Studios bosses, James Gunn and Peter Safran, had reportedly told her that Wonder Woman 3 hasn't been scrapped yet. I love portraying Wonder Woman, Gadot said. It's so close to and dear to my heart. From what I heard from James and from Peter, that is, we're going to develop a Wonder Woman 3 together. What? What now? And I think this puts James Gunn in a really interesting spot. Because this is the type of shit that, like, you probably need to clarify this. You need to clarify this. You need to come out and be like, yo, that shit ain't true. Or like, yeah, we're doing it. And either way, people are going to be mad. But, like, I feel like you need to clarify this. And the problem is, I think he's made statements about kind of backing off clarifying stuff. Which is crazy because, like, that's a great strategy that he should have just had from Jump Street. But he obviously didn't. And he's been, like, way more active in these conversations than he needs to be. Right? So maybe it's not true. Let's talk about that for a second. If it's not true, it still sucks. Because, like, why are you stringing this person along? Like, what is happening here? What are the conversations that you're having that you're stringing Gal along, making her think that they're actually going to do a Wonder Woman 3? And then, like, this story comes out and it breaks. It's just, that's a really silly, foolish thing to do. And it seems so crystal clear in certain other circumstances, mainly The Rock and Henry Cavill, that James and Peter basically took people into a room on the lot on Warner Brothers and told them, like, yo, you done. You done, son. You know? And it's just curious that, like, no conversation like that apparently happened with Gal. Like, what's the deal with that? Okay. So let's say it is true. I mean, guys, for, like, real talk, like, if it's true, someone explain to me an explanation for what this reboot is that doesn't make it just Gunn coming in, getting rid of people he doesn't like, and supporting people he does like. As I told you many months ago, this dude does not like Henry Cavill, but it's honestly beyond him just not liking Henry Cavill. Like, maybe you sit back and you recognize that there probably can't be, or you can't think of a better person to play Wonder Woman than Gal. Fair. Actually kind of fair. You know, you could say the same of Margot Robbie, right? Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn. You could say, like, oh, man, I just don't know. I don't think anybody could play that part better. I get it. Similar thing with Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio with Daredevil and you know, Kingpin, and I think that Feige probably feels the same way about those characters. In fact, I think he said as much in interviews. I couldn't see another person playing this character. I couldn't see another person playing this character, so you bring him over, okay? But then how does that not get extended to Henry Cavill? That's what I don't understand. And I don't understand it from a business perspective, and I don't understand it on a personal level unless you really don't like this fucking guy. Because to many people, Henry Cavill is this generation's Superman. Even David Corenswet, the new Superman, loved Henry Cavill as Superman. Like, there are people out there that don't like Henry Cavill as Superman. That is a fact. But, like, I don't understand, just looking at box office, looking at how the fans react to things, looking at the critics, how do you say Gal Gadot's got this shit? Everybody loves her. We can't replace her. What evidence, metrics, numbers, what are you seeing with regards to Gal that you're not seeing for Henry? Like, where's the disparity? Man of Steel grossed more than all of the Phase 1 Marvel movies combined. Maybe not combined, but it definitely did more than all of the Phase 1 Marvel movies. That was a huge hit for them. And I don't get it. Is this a clean reboot? You know, where, as he said, DC is too fractured and it's confusing. So is this the new reboot universe, or is this just more goobly glob nonsense? Because the Flash apparently resets it, but now that doesn't matter because Gal's back. You got another Batman coming, but you're going to let Matt Reeves do more of his Batman universe. Aquaman is going to get recast as Lobo, most likely. Suicide Squad people are still in. Peacemaker's still in. What is happening, dude? Like, I just don't think the messaging is clear. And it's fucking wild, bro. Like, I just don't understand, like, how, like, I feel like he's doing this in, like, the exact opposite way that you should. And it feels really like just on a whim of his personal taste. Like, again, I don't understand the argument for keeping Gal, like, and not keeping Henry. I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand that shit at all, man. And I also don't understand why you've got another Batman universe. It's like he's saying you can have every Elseworld possible except the Snyderverse, and we can bring in all these characters from Zack's stuff, but not Henry Cavill. I mean, I think it's bananas. I think it's bananas. And again, I really hope it's not true. Like, to be honest with you, I'd love for him to come out and clarify. Like, has he done so? Did he come out and clarify this? Because that's fucking crazy, frankly. So, I guess we'll see. I mean, DC at this point, man. Whew. They're doing great, you know? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, dude. Can't wait for the DCU. Here we go. Okay. Before we move on, just out of curiosity, does anybody have, like, any thoughts about this? Like, am I crazy? Like, am I crazy? Like, is this one of those examples? Because we're going to talk about something else that I'm probably crazy for. And you guys are going to be like, no, you're crazy, Josh. Matt Smith would be great as Reed Richards. I don't like it. Okay? Contracts can't be broken. Dude, contracts are made to be broken, bro. You are crazy, but that's another story. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so everybody agrees this is bullshit. Okay, let me do it this way. If you agree that this is bullshit and that at the very least James Gunn's talking out of both sides of his mouth, he might not be a malicious liar, but he's at least so full of shit that we don't know what to make of his comments. If you agree with all of that, throw a 1 into the chat. Throw a 1 into the chat. Because I'm just like, bro. Like, and it's so funny, too, because, like, I tried to, like, talk about this. I remember, like, in the heat of the moment after the whole gun situation, like, getting on stream and being like, guys, like, he talks out of both sides of his mouth. He's kind of a fucking liar. Like, all the time. And I, like, brought up all this shit. And everybody's like, no, you're just mad because he roasted you and shit. But, like, several months removed from that, he's done nothing but support that fact with his own bullshit. It's like, now, months later, I don't even got to say it. I just point. Like, he's showing you who he is. Constantly. And by the way, still a good filmmaker. Nothing, like, still could possibly pull this off. But as far as being in charge of the company, as far as being the shepherd of the brand into this new universe, holy shit, dude, you're horrible. You're fucking horrible. You've done the opposite of good shit at, like, every turn. At, like, every turn. And now, I just saw an interview came out with the kid who's playing Blue Beetle, right? And apparently he now has been told by Gunn and Safran that it's up to how the movie performs, Blue Beetle, as to whether or not he'll have a future in the DCU. Bro, that's wild. Didn't you say he was the first DCU character, like, months ago? So you're basically saying he's not going to be in the DCU now. Because this movie's tracking to bomb. Like, thank God they didn't spend a lot of money on Blue Beetle. But this shit is going to bomb, bro. Like, so what is it? Is he in the DCU? Or are you just trying to cover your ass? Like, it's crazy. I really don't like this fucking guy. I really don't like this guy. I'm really not happy that this is the douchebag that's in charge of DC moving forward. And I'm telling you, man, like, just, we'll see. We'll see. Now, small caveat to this whole situation here. If he comes out and says this isn't true, then there's egg on Gal's face. Then I have to apologize for going as hard as I did at Gunn. But given the evidence we've seen of, like, oh, hey, yeah, everything's fractured. We want one new thing, except Batman. Fucking Matt Reeves can do his shit. We're going to do all that. Like, the evidence to me is pointing me in this direction of, like, this dude has no idea what what he is doing. But if the Gal stuff is bullshit and she's out here, like, out of pocket, then, yeah, like, I'll have to apologize and be like, damn, okay. Maybe he's got something going. Bro hates James Gunn. No, yeah, you know what? Honestly, dude, I don't even know if I would say I hate James Gunn. I hate the fact that James Gunn is the president of DC. That's what I think I hate. Because I don't necessarily have, like, animus towards James Gunn. I mean, to be honest with you, like, he's done, like, legitimately, I make money off Twitter now because of James Gunn. You know what I mean? So, like, I have a weird relationship with James Gunn where I'm, like, very grateful for the crazy boost he gave me in, like, the pop culture zeitgeist. I also really like the Guardians movies. I mean, really just the first one. But the third one's pretty good, too. But I do have animus. Like, I have legitimate hate for the fact that he's in charge. He shouldn't be in charge. Like, that's it. Like, he could advise. He could damn sure direct. Like, he's a talented dude. But why is this guy making the creative decisions? Why is this guy making the business decisions? Like, this is wild, dude. Like, this dude is not doing a good job. I mean, if I were Zaslav, I would literally be like, bro, look at how much money we've lost in DC movies. I thought you were going to give these movies a boost, a pop, and they have all bombed horribly. Like, low-key, James Gunn's inability to hide the fact that he was rebooting very early on is a big part of why these movies failed. I don't think it's the whole story because DC was already in choppy waters, but it's a part of the story. He certainly didn't help. Okay. Let's move on. The next bit of news that I think is quite crazy, guys, and I think we're going to disagree on this one. has to do with Matt Smith being Reed Richards. What? What? And apparently this was decided a while ago. So, okay, on June 29th, this is kind of interesting. Let's bring this up. Okay, so this comes from My Time to Shine. Hello. And she says, who is going to be Reed Richards? And the Who, Doctor Who. And a lot of y'all were like kind of calling this in June. You were like, oh man, I think this is going to be it. Like, this is going to be it. And she like retweeted that today. I said, I hate it. Because I do. So Matt Smith as Reed Richards. Chat, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this. Because like maybe I'm in the minority here. Maybe I'm in the minority. You let me know. Matt Smith will kill it. No! Jack Black is Reed, obviously. Oh, yeah, there we go. Here we go. Reed casting that won't end up happening. Maybe. L. I love it. Who? Dude, this is like neck and neck here. We got to go to the polls. We must go to the polls. Bro, okay, let's go to the polls. Matt Smith as Reed Richards. Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Yes or no? Let me know. He was in Morbius? Yeah, he was, yeah. Matt Smith, an amazing actor? Yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty decent from what I've seen. A lot of you just base your opinion on whatever Josh says. That's not true, Querny. But it's low-key probably true a little bit. That's why I try to get everybody's opinions first and then give my own. But I've kind of already hinted that, oh, it's Krabs with a K? Ah, fuck. Shut it down. Jet, shut the stream down. Shut it down. Wow. Who is Matt Smith? For real? He's in House of the Dragon. He's in Doctor Who. He was in Morbius. Probably some other stuff. Better than Kylo. I don't know. I mean, you know, the Kylo thing kind of, I went back and forth on it, right? Like, at first I was like, I don't see it, that shit at all. And then I kind of came around to it. Maybe I could come around to it with Matt Smith as well. But, yeah, huge pass. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. All right. I'll give you my thoughts. Right now we're at 56%. It's pretty close, though. A lot of people like it, but 56% of you say no. You don't like it. I just can't see this dude as Reed Richards. I cannot see this guy as Reed Richards. I don't... It's not that I don't like Matt Smith. I think Matt Smith is cool. But I've never seen Matt Smith in a role like, I guess the Doctor Who role is probably the closest, but he doesn't strike me as that guy, like, at all. Is it the chin? It's a little bit. It's the chin in his face. Like, he's so wide. Like, his face is just so wide. I don't know what it is exactly, but like, I do not see that guy as Reed. In fact, like, it feels parody. It feels so silly to me. It feels completely wrong, if I'm being honest. No, like, I'm being serious. Like, it feels completely wrong. It feels like a fucking meme or like a weird Photoshop thing somebody did. Like, God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. Can he grow a beard? That's a good question. Hey, chat, has he ever grown a beard? Somebody help me out here. Has Matt Smith ever grown a beard? You're hating like Keaton, bro? This is that Keaton hate? What does that mean? Like the hate that Michael Keaton got for Batman? I mean, at least Batman's wearing a goddamn mask most of the time, bruh. You know what I mean? So it's like... I also think Matt Smith would be a much better Doctor Doom. He had one in The Crown. Google Matt Smith beard. Okay. Let's check it out. Okay, I mean, that's a... I mean... He's literally making my beard look good. I have a pretty shabby beard, but goddamn, Matt. A couple of these shots, that's just looking rough. A couple shots, it looks pretty good, though. You know what's funny? In this shot, he actually kind of looks like Reed a little bit. Man, I just don't see it, dude. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it at all, bro. That's not Reed Richards. Like, I don't even know how to, like, explain it. Like, I think Diego Luna literally has more of a Reed Richards vibe than Matt Smith. You know what I mean? I would say John David Washington has more of a Reed vibe than Matt Smith. For real, for real. I'd say Krasinski has a better Reed vibe. Penn Badgley has a better Reed vibe. Adam Smith has a better Reed vibe. Like, does nobody want this fucking part, bro? Andrew Lincoln? I could see Andrew Lincoln, actually. Yeah. I'll play Reed. Sold. The Rock? No, but, like, can I be honest with you guys? Like, to me, The Rock as Reed Richards sounds as ridiculous as Matt Smith as Reed Richards. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's like it's like just a instant reaction sort of thing, like a Rorschach test. Like, show me an ink blot, and I'm like, ah! Fucking Matt Smith is Reed Richards. And it also feels like, I'm sorry, oh god, this is gonna be. You guys are gonna take this the wrong way, okay? You guys are gonna take this the wrong way. This feels like bargain bin Reed Richards. This feels like a downgrade. This feels like, well, we need some kind of big name. Well, Matt Smith is an actor that people will defend slightly on the internet, but not actually popular enough to require a lot of money. Like, golly. I would rather have Mila Kunis as the Thing than fucking Matt Smith as Reed Richards! And by the way, if we get Matt Smith as Reed Richards and we get Ryan Gosling as Doctor Doom, I will officially no longer be a Kevin Feige fan, so there's that. I'll take my Kevin Feige action figures and I'll melt them down and rip them apart. I'll take my Kevin Feige shirt and I'll rip it up. I'll take my Kevin Feige shrine down. Nope. No, thank you, Kevin. What the fuck happened to you, Kevin? Holy shit. Okay. So, now that we've touched on that, I think there's some more news that we can get into. Hang on. Matt Smith. Oh, my God. Okay, Matt Smith. Woo! Yeah. All right, what's the next bit of news? There's actually some good news, mother truckers. So let's get into that. Some of you guys are like, I like Matt Smith. Okay, there's some good news. This is actually kind of wild. Loki season 2 trailer went fucking wild, bro. Okay. There were some questions. We talked about this a little bit yesterday on the Nerd Vengers stream, right? Loki season 2, the trailer, it comes out. It's kind of a weird vibe. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt like I was a little harder on the trailer than I needed to be on Monday. I was a little bit, I don't know. Like I'm honestly, I haven't watched the taste of Secret Invasion out, and I'm not super happy as a Marvel fan right now, right? And so the Loki trailer, although good, like my first reaction was not the most positive. And there was a lot of people, like I saw Grace, not only did she tweet about this, but she put it in her video or her stream where she's literally like, nobody cared about the Loki trailer. I was like, damn, like that's really crazy language. Like, I'm not sure if that's actually what's going on. And turns out it's the most viewed Marvel trailer or Disney Plus trailer ever. 80 million views in a single day across different platforms. Okay. So what's going on? What's the deal? Is it the fact that nobody cared and that like Marvel fatigue and all this shit? How many did Ahsoka get? I know Ahsoka on YouTube got like 7 or 8, but that's about what Loki got as well. I think Loki blew up on a lot of other platforms. It's possible that it's kind of interesting because for me personally, I used to go to YouTube a lot to watch trailers. Nowadays, I do watch a lot of them on Twitter. Like, I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I guess across Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, the thing did 80 million views. And it's a good question as to what did the Ahsoka trailer do. I know it definitely didn't do 80 million, or there would have been big stories about that, right? So I'm not exactly sure how that all comes together, because I will admit that I do think the vibe was different when the Loki trailer hit. And I do agree that there is Marvel fatigue and that we're at a weird spot for Marvel. But just like with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I think one of the things that Marvel can sort of prove, maybe even though there's a lot of stuff going wrong, when things go right, it sort of proves that there's this huge potential audience for every Marvel project. Marvel fans have started to put Marvel content into one of two buckets. Either very important must-watch stuff, or I probably don't even need to watch this kind of content. And I think and I hope that Loki season 2 becomes very, very important for Marvel fans, and it does huge numbers, and it's very, very successful. Of course, I also hope the show's awesome, and that we because it would be so nice to get back to those vibes of just being excited about it. Really, I remember Loki season 1 so fondly, and doing all the watch parties, and then the finale, it was incredible, and just being kind of blown away by the whole show. I still think it's the best thing on Disney Plus, except maybe Mando season 2, which is really, really good as well. So there's some signs here of some serious life still there within Marvel. And I think if this show performs really well, really well, that could be a huge signal to Marvel to focus on stuff like Loki and maybe go away from some of these other shows that are not as successful. And if it can be this really fun thing that sets up the future and gets us excited about what's to come, then we can survive more of these not that great type of shows, maybe even movies, until we get into the good stuff once again. I really think 2024 is going to be a really good year for Marvel. But the whole question is, who will be left after the end of 2023? Because 2023 has not been a good year for Marvel. But if Loki can be great, it can do some serious lifting for the Marvel brand, and that I think would be fantastic. So I'm wondering what you guys think of this. I'm wondering, what do you think of this? Not if it all gets delayed. Well, Loki's... Oh, you mean the 2024 stuff? Yeah, that's true. 2024 could suffer from some serious delays. But a lot of the projects in 2024 are like, I am legitimately excited about them. So I want Loki now. Yeah, I'm excited for Loki. For sure, I'm excited for Loki. I wonder how long Tom will play the Loki character. I would imagine he'd play Loki for a long, long time. I think Loki's going to be a big deal for Secret Wars. That's what I think. So, who's writing Loki season 2? I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it was a person that had worked closely with the team for season 1, but it's not Michael Waldron. But like, Michael Waldron kind of didn't even write all of Loki. He gets pulled away from Loki to start working on Multiverse of Madness. But yeah, can't wait for Ironheart and Echo. I'm glad, genuinely glad, that there are fans out there that are excited for both of those projects. I have like zero hype for either of those. I'd love to be wrong. And you know what? It's honestly like somebody said the other day, I think it was Kendall. Kendall said the Marvels is going to be lit or something like that, right? It might have been being tongue-in-cheek, but here's the thing. A lot of you guys get on my case, at least you have for the past couple of years, that I set my expectations way too high, and then I go into a thing, it doesn't match my expectations, and then I get really upset. So the opposite's about to happen for a lot of shit. Like, my expectations for the Marvels at the basement. My expectations for Echo even lower. My expectations for Ironheart probably in the basement. So I'm coming into these projects with really low expectations. And that leaves room for the possibility of that shit being awesome and me being like, yo, that's like way better than I thought. Damn, pretty cool stuff here. Which is honestly not a bad way to do it. Didn't you just tweet about Ahsoka saving Star Wars? Yes, I did. How does anything I just said contradict the fact that Ahsoka will save Star Wars? Are we even talking about Star Wars right now? What is happening? Wednesday streams are back? No. We were talking about expectations being too high. Oh, wait. So that's what you pulled out of that? So wait a goddamn minute now. You think that my expectations are too high for Ahsoka? And I'm going to be disappointed. Is that what you think? Is that what you think? Did you wake me up? Did you rub my lamp? Pause. And now you're walking out on me? All right, let's talk about Ahsoka a little bit. How many weeks? How many weeks until Ahsoka? If Ahsoka is anything other than incredible, Star Wars should be taken out to pasture. Because it is over. Over. Okay? And my expectations. Over for you? No, Mariana. Over for you. You're going to come. Mariana, don't you start it. Over. For everybody. Everybody. I'm telling you right now. If there are any Star Wars fans actually left, if Ahsoka doesn't meet that expectation, they will not be Star Wars fans within a couple of years. That's how bad it is. Like, it's so bad right now. Like, how bad do you think it is? It's worse. This is the most important moment for Star Wars ever. And here's the thing. I'll always be a fan, though. No, you won't. I'm sorry, okay? Look, I don't like to tell people that they're wrong, and especially when they're telling me how it is and they have their own subjective opinions. And, like, of course, I don't have this, like, omniscient power to say how things are, to form reality and make statements that disprove your own internal perspective. But fuck that, you're wrong. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Just like Gandalf the White popping up at Helm's Deep to save the fucking day. Just like Gandalf coming back at the turning of the tide, Dave Filoni is about to take Star Wars from being on life support, from having little to no hope. He's going to single-handedly lift us up out of the muck and the mire, show us greatness, illuminating the proverbial room that we all gather in with blinding light of glorious Ahsoka Star Wars. Babies will be made. Shit's about to change. So now, do you still think my expectations are too high? You still think I'm setting myself up for failure? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay. I'm glad we had that conversation though. That is good. That is nice. I felt good. I don't know about you guys, but I felt that one. You know what I mean? Woo! Yeah. All right. By the way, video coming out later today about the report that Lucasfilm is going to change The Mandalorian Season 4 into a movie. And watch that video, please. Watch the video, and if you like what I have to say in the video, share the video out. I never ask for this, but I think Lucasfilm may have stumbled in to a great decision. And I explain it all in the video. I'm going to break it all down. I talk about why I think this would be so good for Star Wars. Watch the video later today. And if you like it, share it out. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. I think there's some other stuff that we can go over as well. Let me check out my melodies. What else is going on? What else is going on, guys? Lizzo lawsuit? I mean, what do you want me to say about the Lizzo lawsuit? Like, it's, she's... I mean, what word would you use to describe Lizzo after hearing about the lawsuit? And by the way, a lot of people coming out to say that shit was real. Former managers and whatnot. The shit's bananas. I would agree with that. That's a great way to say it. Dude. This is a fucked up individual, bro. This is a fucked up individual. And, what's her name? Ariana Grande, also super fucked up individual. And I think it's crazy that, like, I mean, these people have so many fans, dude. Like, these people have so many fans, and they're like these huge icons And they seem fucking horrible, bro. Like, these seem like some trash people. It's pretty... What a world. We are kind of living, though, in a mask-off time right now. Where, like, a lot of people are mask off. Post Malone buying the ring, MTG. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us saw that coming. It was either going to be Cassius, Posty. There are a couple other, like, really big-time collectors in the Magic the Gathering space that are, like, really, really wealthy. So, yeah, figured it was going to be one of them. But, yeah, Post Malone officially bought the one ring, the one of one from the MTG set for $2.6 million, I think. Ooh, the potential Nova casting. Yeah, we can talk about that. I might put all of that into a video. I'm not sure, actually. That's such a weird story that I'm not sure. I'm just not sure how true all of that is because it comes from, like, IMDb. But, yeah, we can talk about it. Let me get it pulled up. God, Matt Smith is Reed Richards. No! Wait, where's this posting here? It was on Alex Perez's Twitter, was it not? Yeah, I'll just go there. Adam Sandler as Reed Richards. That sounds good. What about Anakin and Ahsoka? Yeah, I talked about that like months ago, brother. Months ago. Okay. So here we go. This is kind of interesting. So what this is, I'll explain this. Slight spoiler warning for everybody. What this is a bunch of assistants were attached to different Marvel projects all at once on IMDb. And that could be real, right? It also could just be a bunch of bullshit. But check this out. Jared Padalecki. Anybody know who this guy is? Come on, where's my Winchester brother fans? Jared Padalecki. Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Bueller? What would you think of Sam as Nova? I think he'd be a decent Richard Rider, for sure. That could be cool. Yeah. Yeah, that could be really cool. Apparently, too, Boo Boo Stewart as a stand-in. Somebody double check me on this. Is that the person that played like Warpath, or what was the guy's name in Days of Future Past? Now you're saying that Jared Padalecki is better than Matt Smith? No, I'm saying Jared as Richard Rider is a better pick than Matt Smith as Reed Richards. I don't think, like, Matt Smith could be many different things, not Reed Richards. Boo Boo. Who did Boo Boo play? Boo Boo? Is Yogi in it too? Jesus Christ. He was from the Descendants? What? Warpath. Cool. That could be interesting. Okay. And then there's a few other ones here too. But we've talked about a lot of these different ones. Like, we already know Ed Harris is there. I think the really big one could be Jared Padalecki as Richard Rider. Josh, the Warhammer, love the Warhammer channel. Oh, that's sick, dude. Glad you like it. Yeah, I'm having a blast making those videos. Janelle, Monet, and Blade. That's what it's saying, yeah. That's what they're saying. Famke, yeah, I mean, we kind of knew about that already, but it's cool to see for sure. Kind of knew about that already, but it's pretty chill to see that. Yeah. I've watched a bunch of trailer breakdowns. You seem to be the only one saying Victor Timely's device at Fair looks like the prototype of the Time Loom. Is that something you heard or a guess? I mean, it's not explicitly in the leaks, but I mean, like, come on, guys. Like, y'all, you tell me. That doesn't look like the fucking Time Loom to you? Like, come on, man. I think what you're trying to say, John White, is that I'm better. And I don't like to brag. But I am better. So, I know. That's because the Alien trailer is about to drop soon. What Alien trailer? Josh, Blue Beetle did a lot more views than Ahsoka. Give it a shot. I will watch Blue Beetle. I'll watch Blue Beetle when it comes out on digital or something like that. I'm not going to the theater though. Although I guess I could, but like to be honest with you, like going to the theater, I'd rather see Oppenheimer. I still haven't seen Oppenheimer. Yeah. Where does Blade even fit in at this point? Standalone? Yeah, probably. Josh, don't like to brag. Survey says, that's a lie. Oh, yes, I guess that's fair, yeah. You must see Oppenheimer. Going for the 4th time today. What? Oh, my God, bro. That's cool, though. Glad you like it that much. You doing the tournament this weekend? No, and here's why. I actually went to sign up yesterday, right? For those of you that don't know, there's like a big tournament going on near me this weekend for Warhammer. And I was like, I'm not really ready, but fuck it, I should go, you know? Apparently, you would have had to turn in your army list by the 30th of July. So technically, I couldn't enter the tournament. But I'm gonna try to find some other tournaments soon. We never got to see your army. I know. I will show the army. I'll show you both my armies soon. Don't worry. Watched the Transformers movies yesterday. Was it pretty good? Pretty sick? If you're going to dip into the Filthy Xenos armies, try Necrons. They're really fun. Yeah, Necrons seem really cool. I really like the lore of a lot. And I have the Necron Magic the Gathering deck, and I really like it. Yeah, I like the Necrons. They would be one that I would build. I was really interested in the Eldar or the Eldari, but like they're literally so busted right now that it's like kind of turning me off. Like I like elves. I like the Eldar are cool. The Craft World Eldar to me, I think are awesome. But yeah, like they're literally so dominant that it's like kind of turning me off of them, to be honest. I think if I make another army in the next year, if like for instance, if they brought Sanguinius back, which I'm actually going to do a video about why I think they're going to bring Sanguinius back. If they bring Sanguinius back to 40k, I don't know how I don't build a Blood Angels army. Like I feel like I have to build a Blood Angels army if I do that. Yeah, other than that, that's like that is seems cool to me. Sisters of Battle seem really cool. Eldar are cool. Yeah. Sanguine means blood in Latin. Yes. What's your Warhammer channel called? I'm pretty new. So the best way to find it is type into the YouTube search bar like the @ symbol Warhammer Explained, and then you should be able to find it then. Chaos. I mean, I like Chaos. I actually like Abaddon and like the Chaos Space Marines. So maybe like Chaos Space Marines I would do at some point. Are Necrons undead? Yes, sort of. They're like made of living metal. I'll give you the TLDR on the Necrons. There's because it's actually fucking awesome. The TLDR is they literally derived from a planet that is so close to the sun and has so much crazy radiation that all of them were basically like getting cancer and dying when they were like 20 or 30. So shit's like really bad for the Necrons. They meet this group of beings known as the Old Ones, who are these like godlike, very powerful beings. And the Necrons are basically like, dude, cool. Like, you're really powerful. You could help figure this cancer shit out and like help us out, right? And they're like, no, fuck you, and like moved on. So then the Necrons are like, bro, we're now gonna dedicate our entire existence to fucking you over. And they basically derive a plan to expand their empire. They meet these other crazy gods. They make a deal with those gods to get the power to fight their ancient enemy, and it ends up tricking them all, forming them into living metal and destroying their souls. So now they're soulless, like metal skeleton zombies. And some of the Necrons can like maintain their consciousness and like actually like are still really intelligent. But a lot of the Necron tier is like soulless husks of living metal. But they're pretty badass. They're pretty badass. Just grab that 40K Chaos Gate game. Dude, I love that game. I love that game, actually. I was thinking about playing that on a stream on the Warhammer channel because I think it's such a good game to kind of like bring you into some sides and aspects of the lore. And the Grey Knights are just dope, too. I love the Grey Knights. I should have pointed out how Josh said the Chicago Fair was in 1983 in his video, since he doesn't like to brag about how good he is. I was right, though. Whatever you think I got wrong, nope. Nope. I just subbed to the Warhammer channel. I'm curious about Warhammer now. Well, like I said, we're dropping the second video later today, mother truckers. And that one goes over all the lore of the Imperium. And it's real chill. They also go crazy and start wrapping their metal bodies at flayed flesh of their enemies. Wait, wrapping their metal bodies with the flayed flesh of their enemies. Yeah, some of them do that. Don't the Drakari do that too? Drop some coin. Okay. Wait, no. I dropped... Wait, what? I skipped your milestone chat yesterday? No, Riley, no. I'll drop some nerd coin for you. Do I know when the second video's dropping? Probably like 2 or 3. 2 or 3, maybe 4 at the latest. Wait, what the hell? Most of us didn't get the 40K coin. What do you mean? Well, there was a lot of people that weren't here. So, yeah. $10,000 nerd coin to everybody. You got it, Veed? You mother trucker. I didn't get it and I was here. Have you ever not gotten it before? Man. Chillin says, Theory canceled on Monday because you used his outro. Do you know what's so funny about that? I had no idea it was his outro until you guys all started pointing it out to me. So, I was, we've done a lot of edits on that video and a lot of different versions because we were also trying to, like, come up with the style for the channel. And I actually think the second video is better. Like, it actually has a better flow than the first one. The first one's not bad or whatever, but this next one's really good. So I was literally, I have a site that I like pay a licensing fee for, and I have access to like all this music, right? And I'm literally just going through the music, trying to find one that sounded cool, that had about the time that I wanted that little section of the video to have, right? And it just happened to be that one. And the thing is, I knew I heard it before. I actually thought it was a Halo song. I was like, yo, I've heard this somewhere before. this feels like Halo or something like that, right? And then I saw a bunch of you saying like theories outro, like in the comments. And I was like, did I say the same outro that Theory does? Like, I don't even think I did. Like, I think I came up with like my own outro. But what you guys were saying was the music, right? So I didn't put that shit together for a while. I was like, what is happening? You know? Yeah. Okay, let's get into all of the super chats, member chats. Let's see what y'all have to say about that. We can see if there's any other nerdy news out there in the world. Dang. Okay. Let me get this pulled up. Okay, first today was Roger. Roger, welcome back to the Nerd Avengers, man. I really appreciate you. D. Murdoch says, I'm a member for 5 months and 27 days. Let me get in there. Absolutely, man. Hit me up either on Twitter or Discord, and I should be able to get you in there. 004 Blaze Fire says, finally, Diamond. Hope you're having a good week. Have you read any Black Clover manga after the anime? It's getting really fire in the newest chapters. No, I have not, but I definitely want to get on that for sure. I'm behind on my comics, behind on my manga. I'm behind, guys. But yeah, maybe I'll check that out. D. Murdoch says, Gunn doesn't care. He's just going to do what he wants. Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, Gunn cares about the characters. I think the problem, though, is, like, just like most people, like, it's very hard to see past your own bias, or biases, or whatever the plural of that is. It's really hard to, like, see past that kind of shit, right? So, I don't even know if he realizes or recognizes how absolutely out of pocket it is. Like, basically everything he's done. Like, I wonder if anybody has just told this dude to his face, like, bro, you realize you're kind of fucking up right now? You know? Like, as much as you guys drive me absolutely crazy, like, it is good to have you guys as, like, an accountability measure, or for you to, like, give me pushback on certain things and stuff like that, right? And, like, with this job in particular, right? It's like, is anybody telling this guy that, like, beyond, you know, clickbaity streams and shit grin stir pot motherfuckers like myself, there's a whole bunch of normal folks that are looking at what you're doing and scratching their heads, bro. And this is not having a positive impact on the brand. He hasn't done anything yet. That is such an asinine, absurd, ridiculous statement. I think, like, your definition of not doing anything by making the announcement that he's taking over, talking about the reboot, shooting the video in the closet on the lot, doing the presentation for all of the journalists when you had 3 other movies coming out that year, engaging with fans in backwards double speak for over a year that has come back to haunt him several different times, saying that not only did Ben Affleck want to direct, but that he's incredibly excited, and then have Ben Affleck the next week basically call that motherfucker out in the most hilarious way possible, changing the Flash movie, literally getting in the editing bay and changing the Flash movie. This is your definition of not doing anything? What are you talking about, dude? Holy shit. He literally hasn't done anything, though. He literally hasn't done anything, though. Rosie says, how long till Gunn's vision actually happens? 2025 is supposed to be when Superman Legacy comes out, I believe, still, to this day. It will really depend on the strike and how long that's all going on. But I think that you probably won't see the actual beginning of that until 2025. That's what I think. Royalty Gaming says, "What's up, Josh? On Nerd Theory, I questioned if you didn't like Secret Invasion due to fatigue with the current state of DC, Star Wars, and Marvel. Man, was I wrong. I didn't know what the hell that was." Wait, what? Oh, maybe you like... Are you saying you watched it and now you think that's wrong because like the show was really whack? I do think fatigue plays a factor in it, for sure. I also think it's just a really unremarkable show. And that's a shame because I think in part the Disney Plus shows are literally designed for discourse. You know what I mean? So, yeah. D. Murdoch says, "Please no, no Matt Smiths. Please no, God no." Yeah. We'll see. Rosie says, "Are you doubting the great Kevin Feige?" Yeah, I am doubting the great Kevin Feige, actually. And there's actually one thing, and I've been thinking about this a lot. There's one thing that could be going on here that, like, I really hope isn't going on. And it has to do with comic books. Let's take a small little sidebar here, ladies and gentlemen. So, in the wake of Secret Invasion, the director's been talking way too much, which seems to be a habit of people that create MCU content that doesn't land with the fans. Remember when Jeff Loveness was literally talking to every fucking buddy that would listen? Mistake. So, in the wake of that show, this guy's, like, airing out all the laundry, right? And I think in some ways, by the way, trying to put the blame on Kevin Feige, it's been kind of interesting to watch. Well, one of the things he said, and there's, like, a really big article about this on the Direct, is about not using the comics. And this isn't the first time this has come up, right? What was another recent MCU project that they said... No, I think it was Secret Invasion, where they specifically told people not to read the comics. Do you remember talking about that? It was like at the beginning of when the show first started coming out. You know what I'm saying? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? And then I started to think of conversations we had in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah, Nate Moore said that. Yeah. So I remember having conversations with you guys about this in the middle of the pandemic because there were several stories that came out about how badly these writers were being compensated by Marvel. Sometimes people that would create a story that would then go on to be adapted and make a lot of money would be paid like $5,000 and offered a ticket to come to the premiere. That's the level of compensation that a lot of these people were getting, right? And I remember like thinking to myself and talking with you guys about this, that it would be so bizarre if Disney, Corporation Disney, was looking at this situation and with sort of like a business litigious mind, literally told Feige, you need to stop adapting comics. Because if you continue to adapt comics, there could be a fight in the future about royalties with these comic book writers, and we do not want to pay these people. And I was actually sitting in bed and I was thinking about this last night because I was like, yo, like right now, you know, there's a lot of focus on the writer's strike. And there's a lot of focus on the actors. But what about the fact that some of these writers are adapting or were adapting stories created by other writers in a different medium? And those writers are being paid exponentially more than the people that actually came up with that idea. And man, I really hope that's not true because, look, I don't know. I will just say it like this. If I was Kevin Feige, and Disney told me that, I would walk away. Because Feige has talked the talk on his love of comics. This is the guy that would literally sneak comics onto the set of Bryan Singer's X-Men just so that Hugh Jackman would like know what good Wolverine was. And he's been this incredible ambassador for comics. He also like oversees all the comics right now. He's CCO. He oversees everything. So like, I don't understand how that can be a thing. But if you start to look at some of the decisions, like Charles Murphy just said something the other day. He did like a Q&A. And he was talking about... Okay, yeah, here. This is from a AMA that he did on Twitter. He said, Audrey Plaza is sort of a made-up character. Corroborates that Jennifer Kale will be a part of the Coven series. Agatha... He goes on to talk about Agatha. And it's... He said that it is the upcoming project that he has the most info on, and it sounds really weird due to some really weird choices. Okay? And you look at some of the choices done in Marvel recently, and I can't help but feel like, and at this point it's just sort of paranoia and like rumor and speculation, right? We don't know if there's anything to this, but it almost feels like the biggest difference in Marvel from Phase 4 to Phase 5, or Phase 3 into Phase 4 and then into Phase 5, is like, we're not making comic book shit anymore. You know? Like She-Hulk, man. Like, you got Hulk's son. You've got, listen, there's a lot of, you got the Wrecking Crew. You've got a lot of stuff that, like, it doesn't resemble the comics at all. Secret Invasion doesn't represent the comics at all. I'm like, what? So, man, that would be a shame, right? If like that's what it was. And it also like, just last thing on this. Another thing that I can't really make heads or tails of is the Russo brothers. Because remember, the Russo brothers, they have this sort of like, I don't know what to call it, but like almost like a falling out with Marvel. And then they said in an interview, they were talking about how like Marvel's shifting into conservatism mode when it comes to their content. And I don't mean politically. What I mean is they want to just conserve it. They want to play it super safe. And they just want to keep these IPs and these golden gooses alive and well. So they're not going to take chances. They're not going to do stuff that threatens the brand. They're going to be very conservative. And I wonder if that's part of the conservatism, right? Like, to conserve Marvel, we have to let Marvel be its own thing and not adapt these comics anymore, because that maybe future litigation puts the whole thing at risk. So in order to conserve it, you eliminate the possibility of that risk and you just stop doing that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I mean, that would absolutely suck. That would be pretty trash. Definitely hope that's not what's actually going on. Okay, the Lord of Darkness says, hey, Josh, did you see that Kevin is the one who said Secret Invasion final fight was his idea? Yeah, so that's another example of, like, that director sort of low-key throwing Feige under the bus a bit. And, like, Feige only had a couple of wishes, and one of them was a Super Skrull fight at the end of the show. All powers are on the table. You know what I mean? And, yeah, it's a tough one, man. I mean, by the way, I don't think that's a face value bad idea. You could have had that happen and it would have been really cool. I think the way it was executed, and I think the way the show is like just super boring and inconsequential, like that's more of what hurts it, in my opinion, than the fact that like they did the Super Skrull thing. But yeah, it's kind of weird, huh? Lou says, I was interacting with you all morning on Twitter about Matt Smith Reed, LOL. Were you really? Was I being nice, or was I being my usual butthole self? Damien, welcome to the Nerd Avengers. Masma says, did Nespresso get a hyperbole pod? Wait, what? Hyperbole pod. Did Nespresso get a hyperbole pod? Because, bro, I need to order that. Am I missing something here, Masmas? Am I missing something here? What is happening? Star Wars nerd. Yo, 1 year, baby. Love the channel and the community. Keep up the good work, Papa Josh. Nerd Avengers for life. Much love. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Sajid says, imagine Ahsoka plus Mando movie are so good it secures Kathy an extension. Ariana is a homewrecker piece of shit. You're right. Never liked her after the Mac Miller situation. Bro, I get so hot about that Mac Miller situation that I can't even talk about it. Because I'm going to say some super flagrant shit. And I think Ariana Grande is a psychopath. I think she's the Joker. Moving right along. Darth Ostov says, you got me building my armies again, dude. Thanks. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Let's go. Let's go. Wait a minute. What army do you play? Bronze Alive says, hi, which is worse, Secret Invasion or She-Hulk? That's a great question. That's a question for the ages. What do you guys think? Hey, thanks, SC. I appreciate that, man. I'll get into that in just a second. What do you guys think? Secret Invasion or She-Hulk? Bro, I gotta be honest with you. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I think, dude, that is so crazy. The fact that I can't just come out with a straight answer and be like, no, it's definitely She-Hulk. She-Hulk's definitely worse. Like, I can't even say that. I damn sure have more fun watching She-Hulk. There were episodes of She-Hulk that I literally, like, hate watched. But at least I felt something. Secret Invasion is some of the most unremarkable shit I've ever put in front of my eyeballs. Oh my God. That is tough, man. I don't know. Did you see Casey Walsh said he doesn't believe Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman on Twitter? If I were James Gunn, I would come out and clarify that, like, immediately. Like, please clarify that. Because, like, whoa. Whoa, whoa. She-Hulk is worse? Maybe. She-Hulk worse finale? I don't even know if that's true. I don't know. That's a tough one. Good question. Chilling in the basement. Said Theory canceled on Monday because he used his outro. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. At least I didn't call the channel Warhammer Theory. Jeez. Tyler, SRT, welcome to the Nerd Avengers. Vincent says, new Star Wars trailer out. This might save us, boys. New Star Wars trailer out now. This might save us, boys. Wait, what? What you talking about, bro? What you talking about, bro? What you talking about, bro? I don't see it. I don't see it. Chillin says the UFO UAP hearing is a must watch. Nerd Adventures for Life. Take my money. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It is pretty interesting. SC, again, welcome to the Nerd Adventures. You are a Nerd Adventure now, man. Flipping the Bird 85. Thanks for the 10 spot, man. Very generous. Says Matt Smith for Reed Richards is absolutely horrible. He's got a weird face and skull structure. I don't get the hype about him as an actor, to be honest. Just get Billy Crudup already. Billy Crudup? Who's Billy Crudup? Who that? Oh, yeah, this guy would be great. The guy that played in Watchmen. He was he's also in Mission Impossible 3, randomly. He was Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, he would be great, man. He'd be great. Yeah, I agree. I really don't like Matt Smith as Reed Richards. Like, again, I could be wrong. And maybe, I don't know, show me something, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, ugh. News just broke. Tomek Baginski, executive producer for Netflix's The Witcher, blames American viewers and TikTok for having to dumb down The Witcher. Can't believe how awful this series has become. Yeah, you know, The Witcher thing is so interesting to me because it's failing big time. It's imploding, right? And for some reason, there's this huge following for the drama surrounding The Witcher. I've seen it. Like, Asmongold's, like, really in. I think it's just people really like Henry Cavill. But, yeah, there's, like, a lot of, like, stuff about it. But, dude, like, I was already off that train. Like, when I found out that Cavill wasn't coming back, I was like, dude, good for him. And I had zero interest in the third season. I'm never going to watch that shit. I didn't even finish the second season. And it is a shame. But I kind of think it's a little wild that there's so much like attention on it. I didn't even know that like the show was ever that big. You know what I mean? I didn't know it was ever that big. Cavill as Reed is nice. Dude, yeah, hell yeah. Henry Cavill could be Reed Richards for sure. I see that. They didn't have to dumb it down. Dumb it down because the writers couldn't handle the task. Yeah, I mean, they just seem like they really suck over there, you know? Just returned from Hungary and Belgium to watch Formula One. I watched all of the Nerd Vengers live streams during the airport delays and flights. Keep up the great work, Papa Josh. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And that must be pretty cool, man, watching Formula One. Dang. That's cool. I kind of want to watch that movie, Gran Turismo, about the guy that, the kid that was a video game simulator driver and then actually became an actual race car driver. That seems kind of cool. Darth Ostiff said, Adeptus Custodes. Hell yeah, brother. For the Emperor. Best faction. Also happens to be the faction that Henry Cavill plays. Are you seeing a goddamn pattern here? Are you understanding what's happening over here? Bo DeMeo said there were people in the writer's room who actively disliked the Witcher source material. Yeah, and he said he wouldn't let that shit happen for X-Men 97, which is based. Okay, so Gal Gadot might just produce the next Wonder Woman. That could be cool. That could be cool. And like I said, I take back everything bad I said about James Gunn. James Gunn, awesome. James Gunn, great dude. Great white hair. SC says Ariana Grande may be a psycho, but she's also crazy hot. Smash similar to the Amber Heard effect. Lizzo for the next Wonder Woman, by the way. Lizzo would be an incredible Wonder Woman. That shit would be hot. And as far as Ariana Grande, I gotta be honest with you, I don't even think she's that hot. Like, what's up with people like being real crazy about Ariana Grande? I don't see it. I don't see it, dude. It's not the MCU, it's the MCU. Okay, Jimmy, I will try to remember that. Just for you, bud. She's a little to middle school girl for me. Yeah, she's just... Bad news. Bad news. Rosie says, in a year from now, if you hate DC, MCU, and Star Wars, what will you cover? LOL. Full-time Warhammer channel? No, you know what I'll do? Here's the pattern. Are you ready? Here's how you handle a situation like this. You've got to pick a couple of projects a year that actually seem like they could be great. And you basically have to have incredibly high expectations for those shows or movies. And you need to kind of sell the idea that they're going to turn things around or save the brand. Okay? So that way, when you make that commitment, and by the way, like this, I shouldn't be telling you guys this, okay? This is inside baseball, okay? This is advanced, high level, behind the scenes strategy, okay? But what you do is you pick out a couple of shows, and you have to sell it as the next big thing. It's going to turn it around. It's going to save the brand, et cetera, okay? And then you can kind of ride that hype and expectations and like cover the leaks and get all excited. And then what happens is the thing comes out and maybe it's incredible and it meets those expectations, which by the way has happened before. And then you continue to ride that wave, okay? But if it sucks, then you flip on it completely and you start shitting on it super hard and you complain that it didn't meet your expectations, okay? And, rinse and repeat. So, we'll be fine. Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, like, I will continue to cover this stuff. I love this stuff, man. I love Marvel. I love DC. I love Star Wars. I do think we are going through a pretty dark time right now. You know, like, I think we're going through a pretty dark time right now. And so, like, as best I can, I'm trying to navigate the community through this dark time. And I genuinely do think that Ahsoka's going to be really good and, like, set us up for some success. And I genuinely think Loki's going to be really good. I don't feel the same about the Marvels. I don't feel the same about Echo. There's a lot of stuff coming out of Marvel Studios that I could do without. Vision Quest. Like name a show. Name like a Marvel show. And I love, like, I'm excited for Daredevil. Okay, but take Daredevil off of the table. There's not a single Marvel Disney Plus show that I'm excited about other than Loki. And I'm excited about the Marvel projects next year, right? Like Captain America 4, Thunderbolts, Deadpool 3. Those all seem sick. Wonder Man, who gives a shit? And I'm excited for all of those. But I'm also slightly concerned that, like, here's something that I'm really upset at Marvel about. Not excited for the Punisher. We don't know if they're actually going to do a Punisher show or not. It seems like they were going to, though. Here's what I'm a little bit upset by. It's been, 5-6 years since Avengers Endgame. We don't even know who the new Avengers are. And yet we're supposed to be building up the chemistry, camaraderie, and the connection to that group leading into the Kang Dynasty. And the problem I have is, like, we're kind of fucking around. Like, there's just so much going on, and I feel like there's a fatigue of the brand, and there's, like, a lot of unsatisfied people. And so I unfortunately feel like it was always going to be hard for the next group of Avengers to be, like, that popular and have audiences endeared to them. And you've only made it more difficult now by putting a bunch of mid-ass content and extending out further and further before we actually get to hang out with the actual Avengers. So I'm a little concerned about that. You know what I mean? To be real. But then it's like, you've got, like, Deadpool 3, which sounds like absolutely incredible. And has Fox X-Men and all sorts of fun stuff, and I'm so excited for that. But then it's like, okay, but if this other stuff doesn't, like, match it, like, you gotta match that energy, dude. You know? So, we'll see. Dodds? Oh my God, Dodds is in here? I haven't seen you in a long time, Dodds. Hope you're doing well. You should do a top 3 most powerful Primarchs in 40K or some kind of power grading list. Yeah, maybe we could do that someday. One of the videos we're working on right now, and it might be the 3rd video. I might make it the 4th video. I'm not sure. But talking about the Primarchs returning to the setting of 40K. Because right now, they're kind of, like, coming back. And it's almost like the Avengers coming back, like, low-key. Like, that same energy of, like, when all the Avengers are going to come back for Secret Wars is, like, kind of starting to happen in 40K. And fans are a little conflicted about it. So, we have a big video talking about that, and then I go into in the back of the video. I go into the Lion, Son of the Forest. That book sets up what Primarchs are coming next. At least that's what it. To me, that's what it appears to be doing. I read yours, Star Wars nerd. I literally read it, bro. I said, yo, 1 year, baby. Love the channel, the community. Keep up the great work, Papa Josh. Nerd Adventures for Life. Much love. Yeah, I remember saying love. Josh, are you doing a cartoon stream this Saturday? I got to get my membership back for that. No, not this Saturday. Maybe we could do that next Saturday, but we're going to do a Diamond Lounge stream. Technically, we should do a cartoon stream, but I just want to do the Diamond Lounge stream, and then maybe we'll do a cartoon stream later on. Love the long stream today, homie. Hell yeah, man. If I didn't have other stuff going on, I'd spend a lot of time streaming. Like just reacting to videos or chilling or something like that. Normies believe that the Avengers squad fully disbanded after Tony died. Yeah, I kind of think that. I'm not a normie, but there's a lot of evidence to suggest they're not around anymore. 90 Spider-Man Secret Wars watch party win. We should do that. I think we've already done it, actually, though. Josh, can you move the Diamond Lounge to Saturday, please? I work that Friday night. I missed the Halo Master Chief Collection streams. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, like, Halo's just, ugh. Do we get 2 member streams for now on? No. Some weeks you will, though. They disbanded after Avengers. Yeah, I believe that's, like, kind of touched on somewhere. In one of the shows or movies, it's kind of touched on. Halo show was whack, yeah. Thoughts after Avengers Secret Wars, they do the Mutant Saga? Yeah, I believe they're going to do something like that. For sure. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Emojo! Here's an extra 5. Prime Avengers forever! Love you guys. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. You think Ahsoka will have a prequel fighting choreography? I think it will have some of that, yeah. Awkward, LOL. What's awkward? What's awkward? Have I ever watched Doctor Who? A little bit. I couldn't really get into it. Not really my thing. Just looked up from my phone. That was scary. Yeah, you better believe it was. Taking Star Wars away from the Skywalker saga, where would you like to see it go? Into the future. Into the far future. Josh, watch Mobius or She-Hulk? She-Hulk. You got a booger? Do I really? Should I pick it out? I want to see Smith as a Sith. Yeah, for sure. Please stop. You're scaring my cat. Yeah, well, that cat deserves it. And its stinky butthole, too. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Thank you for being here. Advice for a broke graduate student wanting to get into Wargame but lacking money and not knowing where to find people to play with / learn. Yeah, look up Tabletop Simulator. You can play online, and you could probably find people to play via like Discord or Reddit. And I actually downloaded it, was messing around with it last night because I need to be able to practice with like some of my friends that live far away. So yeah, check it out. C-Dub says that new Twisted Metal show with Anthony Mackie on Peacock is actually really good. It's like Deadpool meets Fast and the Furious. Oh, yeah? Huh. How about that? How about that? I'm glad you like it. All right, everybody. I want to get into Warhammer so I can beat Josh. That's my only goal. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. It's a really fun game, though. All right, everybody. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. I love going over the news and, you know, just having a few laughs and being cheeky. I hope you don't take it too seriously. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Ah, man, what a crazy one, huh? So much to go on. So many crazy things. And like, here's the thing. I was trying to make a better thumbnail, like a more professional thumbnail. I was like messing with it. I couldn't get it done in time, so I just was like, fuck it. Throw up the old Step Brothers, Jim Caviezel, James Gunn thumbnail. But I'll tell you guys a little secret, okay? I'll tell you guys a little secret. I was trying to get AI to make a picture of Lizzo and James Gunn sitting on a bench together laughing, and I couldn't quite get it to look good enough, but I was literally going to do that as the thumbnail. Thoughts? Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad. That would have been really good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, can't win them all, you know? All right, everybody. Make sure you open up your third eye and you wash out that stinky butt. I'll see you later.